You have to study this science. If you don't, no hard feelings, you speak out of a posture of ignorance. So I don't let anything faze me.
Welcome to the Never Been Promoted podcast and YouTube channel. I'm on a mission to help you cut the time to all the things that are holding you back so you can unleash your entrepreneur. Today's entrepreneur that we're meeting, his name is also Tom, so we love him a little bit more. Tom Paladino, he is the founder of Scalar Light. Tom, welcome to the show.
Good day. Thank you for the invite.
Introduce yourself, give a little on your background, and then introduce your Scalar Light in the company.
Okay. I'm a scientist, I'm a researcher, and I work with a branch of physics known as scalar light. Some people call that quantum physics. And it's very real. And to put this into context, that branch of physics is non-physical. It's information, it's intelligence. Now, if we look at the physical realm, that's great. That's the physics that we understand. There's not an electron or a proton involved in scalar energy, scalar light. So it's a new branch of physics that has great potential, and I'm trying to introduce this branch of physics.
So you're a researcher, so where did you do research?
It's all independent, and the reason I say that, this is not taught at the level of academia. No university has taken this up in a serious fashion. The way you research this is through instrumentation. I have developed instrumentation that controls scalar energy, and that's the key to my research. It's not theory. It used to be. It's in practice now. I can control an energy spectrum, non-physical energy, non-physical information, and I can produce results with this non-physical information.
Okay, so my 9-year-old asks, what is scalar energy, Dad? How would you answer that to a 9-year-old?
In simple terms, it's the energy from the sun. It's non-physical energy from the sun. So if we look at energy's primal, it's the fundament of nature, of creation. I am working with that fundamental force of the sun. All energy initiates as solar energy or stellar energy. That's what I'm working with.
And how did you discover it? Like, how did you learn about this?
At a young age, I was studying Nikola Tesla. And I had the mind to understand that Tesla was working with this abstract science, if you will, this esoteric science. And I studied Tesla, and I wanted to follow up on the work of Nikola Tesla. And it is valid. What Tesla discovered, I have rediscovered. There is an energy outside of electricity and magnetism. There's another energy field, scalar energy. It's a new branch of physics. And the way you access that, you have to access it through instrumentation. Just like if you want to access an electrical current, you need some type of an electrical instrument. Well, I have a scalar instrument that can access scalar energy.
Talk to me about that journey just a little bit. Maybe just, diverged out from your actual product or, services. It's just, tell me about the journey a little bit.
The journey began when I was 10 or 11 years of age, and I was reading about Nikola Tesla. Well, I wanted to follow up on his research, so I had to study physics, and I had to understand, if you will, the sciences. So that was my collegiate career. After that, in my late 20s and 30s, I embarked upon private research, independent research. I met a family by the name of Hieronymus that were scalar energy researchers, and I was working with them as of 1993. But since that time, it's all been on my own. So this is indeed a pioneering effort on my part. It is, if you will, groundbreaking research. How do you go about it? One step at a time. You have to be very patient. Nature gives up her secrets begrudgingly. So you have to have this long-term attitude, and you have to go about this just essentially one discovery at a time. Now I'm finally ready to bring this to the world. I've done the research. Now I want to present this. Now this eventually should have a business wrapped around it. That's where we're going in the future. It has to. We have to prove that this energy exists and that it's of benefit.
So on your journey, there had to be some naysayers, because there's going to be people like, what are you doing? Like, there have to be, because if it's a new field of anything, you're in a different class of entrepreneur that says, I believe in this, I'm going for it. I don't be damned what they think. Tell me about that journey, because that's the one where resilience is born and then either broken or strengthened.
You're right. You have to be thick-skinned. I don't let anything get to me. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But if I'm working with an engineered instrument, and I'm following the laws of science, I know that what I'm observing is true and accurate. So I discount that. It doesn't faze me in the least bit.
How do you develop that?
Because, maybe I've nurtured that attitude over so many years. I don't let it get to me. Plain and simple, you have to study this science. If you don't, no hard feelings, you speak out of a posture of ignorance. So I don't let anything faze me. I have laser vision. That's the key to my work. I don't let anything deviate from that course.
Tell me about some aha moments, though, where you're like, I cannot believe that just worked.
Here's my aha moment. Back in 1993, I started working with a group of American inventors by the name of Hieronymus. And when I was working with their instruments, I had a slight cold. And they told me, operate this instrument and you'll be able to eradicate the microbes in your body. So I operated the instrument, and lo and behold, I no longer had nasal congestion. My lungs cleared up within a matter of minutes. I don't think it was a placebo effect. And I said to myself, this is incredible. So then I took that instrument and I started working with family and friends, and their lungs cleared up and their sinuses cleared up. I said, we're on to something, because this is repeatable, right? I always look to, can you repeat the function? If you can, then you're probably working with a law of science. Well, I've been doing that now for 30 years, and yes, I could say that with this instrument, working with this non-physical intelligence, we can access what I call a force field and negate a microbe.
Now, in this, do you think is there any science or proof, or however you say that, doesn't also good?
The bottom line is this: you cannot prove or disprove what I'm doing. You cannot measure the energy. It's non-physical. Nobody's ever duplicated my instrument, my results. Nobody can prove or disprove what I'm doing. It's such a new science that it's not embraced by academia. So we're on the cutting edge here. And I don't think anybody in the world has reproduced my results. I want them to. I welcome them, but I haven't been able to garner that type of interest.
How do you create the instrument?
I learned from the Hieronymus family. Galen Hieronymus was the initial inventor. He actually secured a U.S. patent back in 1949. And he was well respected by many people. I have modified his instrument. So the long and short of it is, if I can hold this up, this is one of the instruments that I work with. It's been modified. This is a modified Hieronymus instrument. Long and short, it's taken years to modify to this point. There's a lot of geometry involved. The bottom line is, I can control an energy spectrum, not electricity or magnetism. I can control an energy spectrum that commands intelligence. I am working with intelligence or information. All of my work is non-physical. And in so doing, I believe this will be the, if you will, control over nature moving forward.
Who's your kind of mentor now?
God. How did I learn? God gave me the wisdom. There is no textbook. This is years of research, painstaking research, sometimes trial and error. So that's really the avenue that I've pursued. This is why it's taken me years to come to this point of advancement.
Is this your full-time gig? Have you monetized this?
I've started a website. I'm trying to pay my expenses through the website, but it's very difficult. You can put millions of dollars into research and promotion. I'm one man, I'm one researcher, so I need a lot of help getting this off the ground.
And so when I give you a picture, there's a physical benefit to a non-physical energy. Is that correct?
That's what people tell me. Some people tell me their depression's been lifted. Others have said they no longer have a viral load for HIV. Some people say that they feel better. They no longer have inflammation. Some people go as far as to say that they gave up drinking or cigarettes. Why? It's intelligence that their aura or their force field is receiving. It's not a chemical, it's intelligence.
What are the people who didn't find the benefit? What do they say?
Well, it didn't work, and I have to appreciate that. I can't work with everything. I can't work with every condition, every physical and mental condition. So right now, we've perfected this to the point we can, if you will, deliver vitamins and nutrients. We can balance the chakras. We can eliminate the force field of microbes, germs. So we're starting to learn how to apply this energy.